Hello and welcome to the Handy Capable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. And, well, it's still February. It's still African American month. It's still the month of love, compassion, and fulfillment, and basically emotion. And I really wanted to kind of talk more about a combination of the two. And I realized because I said a really short version of the story to my students last week because I'm allowing them to work on a project that now I'm going to take it to the handy capable black nerd because now I'm like, you know what? It's like, yeah, I'm going to see if my subscribers what kind of interesting ideas they come up with. So it's like, I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do that as an episode real soon. So please check that out once I record it. But one thing I have to do before I start this story time life, make sure you're wearing the life you want to wear. Make sure no one else is telling you what your life is supposed to be, how it's supposed to fit, because I'm speaking to people lately, especially one of my students, and she was telling me how some people are telling her what she is supposed to do in life, how she's supposed to do it, and if they don't meet their expectations, that they don't want to talk to her, they don't want anything to do with her, and that mirrored my life, and I'm going to talk a lot about that over the next few months because that's going to have to deal with my main character for my superhero novel that will be coming out this year and everything like that. So, but I just have to say, make sure you are living the life you are living because once you leave this earth, there's no redo. And I know there's a lot of parents who they didn't get the chance to live the life that they want to live, so now they want to force their future, their children to live their life. When it's like, okay, honey, boo boo, like you're still alive. It's like if you're too old to be mainstream, quote unquote, or if it's ageism that you're scared of or whatever, just do it for the fun of it. Do it so that you can have fulfillment and joy. So then when your time is up, you know you live this life for you. And one reason why I ended my relationships and I'm so happy and proud that I ended them is because the life they were trying to make me live. And soon I might actually record that. I'm going to tell the story about Mr. No Heart and how he was making me love people. Making me love people. But, honey, boo boo, baby, no. You can't make me, because the thing is, he thought he made me love them, but I didn't, but I hid it well. Because one of them, I might as well, the oldest daughter, I cherish, I love, I still have love for. If she needs something, if she needs to talk, once I am fully healed from the trauma, drama, and just the disgusting behavior of her immature father, then I will have open arms for her. But the youngest one, yeah, she got a mommy, she got a daddy, she got people she can go to. Not me. And some people may say that's mean. Wait until you hear the stories of how her family allowed her to treat me and how her father, my ex, still said I had to love her. I have to love her. I'm being mistreated. And they see that I'm being mistreated by this person, but I have to love her. No, she didn't come out of me. No, that's her mother's job. Her mother has to love her. I'll repeat it. Her mother has to love her. I can respect her. I can respect her. And since I know that all she's going to do is torment me, torture me, ruin my stuff, and foul things, like some of you guys will not believe the things they allowed her to do. But when I kept my distance, they blamed me. I'll say it again. I kept my distance, but they blamed me. So, and this little girl does not realize, that I was the reason that her father got her vehicle out of repossession. I am the reason why her father was able to go to work, because he decided to spend his money on his smoking stuff, Well, it's either the basics of like the right, or basically cigarettes or the 420. So, but then he would spend so much and then narcissistically look at me. Oh, I'm not going to be able to go to work this week because I don't have enough gas money. Over and over and over. But I'm going to get to that story because it's a long one. And I'm saying this now because a lot of people sometimes ask me, how could you date these guys? Why did you date these guys? Are you crazy or something wrong? What's wrong? And my fellow listeners, the people who have listened from day one, they already know some of the things I've been through. Some of the things, because I still haven't gone back to grade school. But I had to start that there because this story right here, people are going to wonder, how, why? And all I have to say is, I was trying to prove my mother wrong. If you have listened to previous episodes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I was trying to prove my mother wrong. But at the same time, I was punishing myself. I punished myself while trying to prove someone else wrong. So now I can actually say I'm happy to be wrong. But here we go with Breadsticks Lead to Nightmare. Okay, so I'm kind of going back towards that article that I shared with you guys in my community and also in the first episode of there's no need to worry about the police if you're not doing anything illegal. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so this story is about Mr. Lockakey, not Mr. No Heart, but Mr. Lockakey. And so remember, this is the gentleman who forced me to be his girlfriend, literally forced me. And even with family members and ex-girlfriends who would call me the N-word and say, literally in front of me, say, you're no longer pure, because he was with me. His stepmother would call me, yeah. So let's just say very toxic. And it's like his grandmother, surprisingly, she was just like, why are these fools acting like this? You are so sweet and nice. So it kind of depended on the family member. I stayed far away from his stepmother whenever possible, but for some reason she always tried to get near me sometimes. But yeah, it's like sometimes I'm like, racists just enjoy being bullies. They just, it's like they will, even though they don't like you, even though they can't stand people of certain races, sometimes they just need to get near you so they can share their hate and stuff. It was very, like I said, very, very toxic. But I've learned a lot about toxicity and narcissistic behavior. But here we go. With this gentleman, or he's not even a gentleman, he's a jerk, but okay, you know what? With this jerk, we were dating for a couple years, and I got used to him. I did. And it was like, mostly because, like, normally I knew he wasn't going to be at the house too much. And a lot of times he was going to be at the house, he was going to nap. So and that meant I had somewhere where I can work on my grad school homework, and I wouldn't have anybody telling me, you're not going to finish, you're just going to quit. You don't know what you're doing. Why are you studying this? You think this is going to help you? Why do you think this is going to get you anywhere? It's like you have such a hard time finding a job. It's like if you can walk right, it's like just pick up your feet, walk correctly. You're never going to find a job walking like that. It's like you might as well just give up. I needed to get away from that. And so his grandmother was proud of me. And I remember sometimes she would like pour a cup of juice, and this is while he was downstairs in the basement or whatever. And she would see me on the laptop, like studying or working on a project. You want some juice? Oh, excuse me? You want some juice? It's like, oh, and one of those mystery shows is coming on. I know you like that too. It's like, you want to, like, would you mind if I turn that on? And it's like, I was just, especially like if I'm working on a project, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. And so her and I are sipping on some either lemonade or whatever, watching one of those like murder mystery shows and stuff. So, but during the time, yeah, he would take his naps. And it was a while since we had date night, a pretty good while. And I mentioned it a few times because part of me is just kind of like, okay, since I am dating you, can we at least go out? Can we at least act like a somewhat couple or whatever? Because for him, it was go to work and him figuring out a way to steal while he was at work, I found out later, and him pretending to be clean. Yeah, pretending to be clean. Because it's like, and I know it's like I just told a group of people about this, but I forgot to tell, like, I didn't tell them because sometimes people look at me and they're just like, oh, like, no, I have never consumed a special candy. No, no. And when this gentleman forced me to be his girlfriend, he hid that so well. He was addicted to special candy for so long. Some of his family members would be like, oh, you didn't catch it yet. Just wait a while. It's like once once you see him, you'll see the pattern. And lo and behold, I did see the pattern. I started seeing some of his habits when he wasn't, you know, clean anymore. And that is one reason why he has never met my parents. He never did. And part of that reason is because I told him in order to meet my parents, You cannot have any special candy in your system for at least 3 to 6 months because I'm not going to introduce my parents to someone like that. Never. And it's really funny because his wife, his now wife, um, she had the nerve to put me down because she's a narcissist. Because she put me down for not introducing him to my parents. And I'm just like, um, do you know how many times he's been pulled over? Do you know how many times? Like, because I found this out after he forced me to be his girlfriend because I didn't know he was on probation when he started dating me. I did not know. It was until a taco party and the young ladies told me everything. And then things started coming together. Things started coming together. So, with that, one night, all of a sudden, and I probably forgot some details too, but I'll probably tell the story again because some people don't imagine what some people go through in the dating world. And when certain people create standards, sometimes they're like, your dating standards are too high. Why are you looking for that? What was like, oh, you think you're just going to have the perfect guy? Oh, this sounds too wonderful. You're not going to find anyone like this. Well, I'm tired of the people that I have been dating and tolerating who have treated me like I have to, I'm not going to graduate. I'm not going to start a business. I better not write my book. No one wants to listen to me. No one cares about me. It's like I might as well give up. You're nothing but a black girl. Why do you think people are going to listen to you? You're black. You're a woman. You have a disability. I have heard all three and a combination of them. And like, so when it comes to dating, especially with men, it's like, even with my degrees, men who don't have the education, any, like, if it's close to mine, like, or not close to mine, it's like usually the guys who have college degrees or a trader certification, they don't have a problem with my education. But when men who don't are the ones, because Mr. Lockakey he was encouraging, because I've said this before, he love bombed me before. Like when he first started off, like knowing about me going into grad school and starting and everything like that, or for my second master's. Oh, he was so like, oh my gosh, you have a master's and you're going for another? Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And even date nights, he would go and tell the next table, oh my gosh, guess what this woman is doing? She's working on second master's. Isn't she's so smart and brilliant? And I get to sit with her. It's like this, like, and it's like since I so many other people around me wanted me to give up or told me I would never finish or told me that I wasn't good enough to do these things. Like, yes, he still forced me to be in that relationship because, yeah, mm, but I've told the story, so please listen to it. But one night he came to me and he was like, hey, you want, let's go for date night. I want to take you to Olive Garden. It's like, you love the breadsticks, you love the pasta. So I was just like, you know what? Yes. It's like, that sounds nice. We haven't been on a date night, and especially with grad school, and I was trying to find more jobs or employment and everything. So it's like part of me, I needed a way to relax. I needed a way to de-stress. And so I kind of like get dressed, or I know I had kind of like an emergency date outfit at his house and everything. So I change, put a little makeup on. We get into the vehicle. We are on our way to the Olive Garden. And so I kind of feel good. And it's like, beautiful night outside. It's like you can see some of the stars and everything. So it was nice. It was beautiful. I was enjoying the breeze. And so, anyway, we go to the Olive Garden and we enter and we sit down and we're gonna start looking at the menu, but then Mr. Lucky Key, oh, I have to go to the restroom. I'll be back. And I'm like, okay. And you know what? That's normal. Everyone does that, human thing. So I didn't think anything of it. And so then we have we start looking at the menu and talking a little bit, and there was a family nearby with a little girl, and she's waving at me with a cute adorable stuffed animal, and so I wave back, and so we order, and the waitress, she drops off the breadsticks and everything, so we eat for a few minutes. He's talking, but then he has to leave again, and since he is a smoker. And that's like the thing. I still don't know why I have dated so many smokers. But then at the same time, I was just trying to prove someone wrong. I was so because like I can't stand smoking. Like because part of me is just like literally these are your lungs. You're damaging. You're hurting. Why would you want to do? And I know it's like a lot of people have different addictions, even with food, even with like just different items and everything. But part of me is just like, it tastes awful. And it's like it ages you and it literally takes the moisture out of your skin and so many other things. But it's something I will never understand or get. But I was like, I mean, do you, boo? Yeah, like I said, my dating life is practically retired right now. So, yeah, like I'm so whatever anybody does, I do not like. As long as you're safe, as long as you do stuff that's legal, hey, do you be happy? So he gets up again, and so the little girl with the stuffed animal, she comes over and introduces herself and she's talking and so I'm like she didn't know that I was like I substitute taught and I volunteered with so many like nonprofits with kids and stuff, so I'm used to talking to kids all the time. And so like I'm asking her about like her favorite like cartoon characters and stuff, and she's like, oh my gosh, so cool. It's like so we're like talking and everything like that. And because I know Princess and the Frog came out not too long ago from that. And so, oh, time's going by fast today. But anyways, like with like I'm talking to her more and the mom's like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I'm like, why are you sorry? I've got great company. Oh, it's like her, like she knows Disney so well, and so she's excited and everything because I'm impressed by her cartoon Disney knowledge. And so we're talking about Princess and the Frog and a few other cartoons, and I'm asking her like which cartoon or which princess she likes better and why, and their personalities. And so it's like, oh, we're dishing on Disney. And it's like, so it's like, and till this day, I am friends with the mom, and I believe, yeah, she's the daughter's going to be graduating either this year or next year. So I'm so proud of her. She's amazing. I have met amazing people during some of the oddest parts of my life, but her and I are dishing on Disney. It's fun, it's amazing, it's cool. And so anyways, like he comes back for a few minutes, leaves again. So then the food comes and I'm again eating alone. And the little girl comes back over, and it's like, oh, it's like I love animation so much. I don't mind it. I know the mom was just like, it's like I am so sorry. I was just like, why are you sorry? I was like, my company keeps leaving anyway, so at least she's making sure I'm not alone. So I appreciate that so much. And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, why does he have the urge to have? Because I'm thinking it's, like his, or I don't even know if you can say this on YouTube, but this, like, well, you know what he was puffing on and stuff, but because yeah, 420 wasn't legal in Michigan yet, so you know, you know. But anyway, um, he comes back and leave, and finally he kind of sticks around, and so I have no idea what's going on. And but I finally finished my dinner. He touched like half of his, but we get the boxes. We have a doggy bag or whatever, and the other family, they're going to be leaving too. And I still remember it's like the little girl comes up to me and gives me a hug, and then she gives me like kind of like the French do, like the kiss on each cheek. And so I was like, oh darling, we have to have tea another time. And it's like the mom was just cracking up, and she was just like, oh, it's like I think you two are the like bestest friends because. And so the mom thanks me and everything because part of me is just like, you know what? I'm still going to live my life. Like I said earlier, wear the outfit of life that you want to wear. And I enjoy conversating. I love meeting new people. And now that I'm diagnosed, now that my disability is a lot more apparent and worse or whatever, yes, I meet monsters every day. But I love when I get to find people who have such big, strong hearts and optimism and love and compassion and empathy, and they can see past the disability portion of me. And because, oh my gosh, like with the family and stuff, I remember like a few years later when the first Frozen movie came out, the mom was like, "Have you watched Frozen yet?" And she was like, my daughter would like to ask you some questions and talk to you. And so next thing I know, I was like, so I just asked her, do you want to build a snowman, just to let her know? I was like, of course, okay. So her and her daughter and I were like typing back and forth, and it's like she is so like she was like, oh my gosh, the movie was so good. And I was like, I know. It's like Olaf, he's amazing. It's like I think that'll be like my best friend in real life. And she was like, oh my gosh, me too. And so anyways, we're talking and dishing, everything like that. So, but okay, back to the breadsticks lead to nightmares. Dun dun dun. Um, we have the doggy bag. We're getting into the vehicle, going back to the house, and yeah, get to the vehicle, or we get out of the vehicle, and I have the bag in the house, and you know what? I'm gonna need a part two. I'm gonna need a part two. But just know this is the Handy Capable Black Woman podcast, Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too. Don't forget that. And also, please don't forget about my Etsy store. I'm on Amazon, and I'm gonna have my website up really soon. So please check it out. You guys are amazing. Bye.